Hey there, YouTube Mafia. So today we're gonna go out. We're gonna do a little walkthrough on our YXZ and try to go through and show you guys what I have done to it and everything else that's going on with it. So let's get right into it. So, oh, that's not good. Well, I guess we're changing videos today. Looks like I got a flat tire. Well, this will do. We'll go over some trailside tire repair instead. Alright, give me a minute. We'll get this thing cold started so we can get in the garage. Alright, well, let's go over here and get this cold start out of the way. These look cold. Up, get this thing moving. Alright guys, we got the side-by-side in the garage. Put a little air in the tire to get it over here. They should have a brand new tire right there to put on it because that one's destroyed, sidewall compromised. So right back here I have my trail can I use. I keep a blue tread tire repair kit. We'll go over that in a second. And over here in this can I carry a tire repair kit and some vulcanizing cement. I usually keep that in that box. I don't usually carry a compressor with me. Somebody in the group usually does, but in the glue trade kit I do have some CO2 and the adapter for it, so that'll get up to about 5 psi with these big enough tires. So I also carry extra plugs in here and can fix flat. So should be pretty well covered if it comes to tire repair on anything. Well, I'm gonna get this thing jacked up and take a look and see where the hole in the tire is and go from there. So we're gonna start jacking this up. I carry a 4x4 usually with me whenever I need to jack anything up. I usually don't do anything else on the trails. Usually use a winch whenever we need to jack down. So I jack up between the frame and the A-arm. This will kick a little sideways, so you gotta be careful about this. Looking into getting a trail jack would make it a lot easier. But this ain't gonna be needed so far. I just gotta get this off the ground, let's get the tire off. Go from there. The important put them chickens away too. We're gonna have to readjust. See if I can get it on here. Need it off the ground high enough so that we can get the tire off, tires moved well enough. I got a So I use these. These are actually stabilization jacks for a camper, and I'll use this as that because it gets a little higher than a regular jack stand and a lot lighter, so you don't have to carry a 6-ton jack stand. So get her nice stabilized. She's good, not going nowhere, and get this tire off. So before I went to the point of showing you glue tread and everything like that, so you guys know, there's already a glue tread patch. This is something that happened while I was out on the trail, and from there we are going to create our own hole in this so that I can show you guys how to do a trail side fix when it comes to just plugging a hole, and then we can go from there. So get this tripod set up, and then watch me destroy a tire. Alright, get in there. That's about a perfect size hole for a tire plug. So what I'm gonna do, first thing you do whenever you have a tire, get a hole in it like this, okay? Hopefully it's not a lag bolt like this that is going to be probably bigger than the sidewall of the tire where it's gonna hit the rim, so and destroy your rim. If that's the case, not much you can really do about that. You're gonna have to run it out, probably end up destroying your tire at that point, and the rim is probably garbage. But with this, to knock it all the way through, first thing you do not remove the bolt until you are 100% ready. If you remove this bolt, you start losing air, and if you don't have trail side air, you're gonna be in a bit of a pickle. So at this point, I'm gonna get everything ready out of our tire plug kit and go from there. So here's tire plug kit. Gotta get it open. Got plugs. Gonna need them. Got quite a few plugs actually. Got some tire patches in there that honestly you're not gonna be able to do much with on a trail unless you're debeating. I got a reamer tool. And I got a plug tool. There's some rubber cement in here as well. Stitcher tool for trail side, tire gauge. Got some valve stem cores, valve caps, and instructions on how to do it usually. It's just a cheap kit I bought from O'Reilly's. Nice and small, carries most of the stuff I need. This right here is also a tire tool. You can rethread the valve stem if you need to. You can also use it to pull the valve cores out. Sometimes valve cores do come loose as you're riding. Usually it's a mistake on whoever mounted the tire. Also use this, the vulcanizing cement. It's the same as this rubber cement here, but this is a little more potent, a little more sticky, and it's very nice to have for sidewalls because you can pretty much vulcanize your plug. Alright, so I'll start getting into the reaming process and plug installation and go from there. Alright, so whenever you get your tire plug out, should be two pieces. This doesn't matter what you do, you're gonna end up with this stuff on you, so be prepared for that. So you got your tire plug tool here. What you want to do is you want to slowly work it through, kind of like a needle. Push it through, and then a pair of pliers helps a lot here. So make sure you have a set in your tire repair kit. Grab it, pull it. Keep pulling, keep working it. You want to get about halfway down the plug. Right about there is good. So you got that ready. Next thing you want to do, you gotta get your rubber cement from here, or I'll use the vulcanizer. Just get it ready. I don't want to put it on until it's ready to go in. So we'll go over and get that bolt out, start reaming, and then get ready for the tire plug. Alright, so we're over here with the tire. Got my reaming tool. Set that right there. We are now ready to pull this bolt out. So pair of pliers, whatever you have, pull it out. So this thing's pretty low on air. It had just enough pressure to get over here. So whenever you pull it out, you usually hear a little hiss. Now put your reaming tool in there. You have to work it back and forth. Do it a couple passes. The more reamed out you get this hole, the easier it's going to be to get a tire plug in there. So it got a lot easier. So now I got my tire plug right here. What we're going to do, we're going to open up this can. We're going to take this tire plug. We're going to coat it with this stuff. Nice liberal coating. And then as you're going about it, you come up here, start it in the hole. It's a lot easier to do whenever it's not jacked up because the tire doesn't move. But work it in the hole. Once you start getting in, do not push it into the point where these little ears come out. You're gonna twist it and yank on it. Tire plug is out. With this tool, that's what the little slit is at the end. Tire plug is now in. Now, got two options here. See if that right there works, or hit it with some fire. Put a little fire on it, it'll catch on fire, it'll soften the rubber, and it'll allow you to pick a rock or something and push it in there and spread out the plug, and it'll seal it a little bit better. So that's how you put the tire plug in. Alright, so next thing we're going to get right here. This is a cordless impact. You can use this, you can use a 1/2-inch breaker bar, whatever you decide to do. Time to pull the tire off. So, as you put it on there, pull it off. I keep my lug nuts on that style. As you're doing this, just keep an eye on the tire. Make sure it's not rotating, falling off, anything like that. At this point, you want to inspect your tire. Before you pull it off, it's a little easier to inspect the outside sidewall, and then whenever you get it off, check the inside, and then you're going to roll it across the floor to check for holes that you may have in your tread. So this is a Yamaha, and it has a center cap on them. I love to put center caps on Yamahas. Most Hondas and Razors will have them as well. So whenever you pull this off, that's going to come off with the tire. You just give a little bump, and it'll fall off. So let's get this off. A little hard to do this one-handed, but there it is. So all you do is give a little bump. Center cap is not fine. So now we're going to do an inspection on tread. There's a nice plug we just put in, and roll the tire. Try to find a hole. See if you have a hole anywhere. Keep going, and back to the plug. So we just went the whole way around. Now you check the inside of the tire. Lay it back on the ground, however you need to do it. You want to check the inside sidewall. Right there is why this tire is junk. Got a really bad slice in the sidewall. When you're driving it, getting out with the flat, tilt the tire on the inside. Outside of the tire, outside. You know, go through. Just check it. If you can't find the leaks, soak it down with soapy water, put air in it, and see what you can find. If you find a leak somewhere, it's going to show bubbles. Have little bubbles everywhere, and that'll be your leak, and that's what you got to fix. Sometimes you'll have it around the rim. If you have steel wheels, sometimes you want to check on the inside of your wheel as well. With this one, side by sides have scrapers, and a rock will get jammed in here, and it'll tear the inside of the rim up. So you want to check that as well. Just want to go around, check everything you can, and see if you can find a leak before you have to go soaking the tire down. If you can find a leak, great, you can fix it. If you can't find a leak, soak it down, go from there. Alright, so got the tire pulled over. This glue tread system that I put on here did not work very well. Because of the lettering that's happening here, it can't allow these patches to seat down. You can see I can rip this thing off because it never fully seated right here, and it's not allowing it to seal the nice sidewall crack. You can kind of see there. I sealed it up pretty good, but couldn't get the thing to stop leaking. So we were running it, showed the inner sidewall, and ain't nothing left to it. Lettering like that, same deal. You got to get this down to smooth rubber to get a tread tire glue tread system to work. Same with these little ones. The nice part is if you get a nice cut in your sidewall right here, it's easy to do. So get a knife out, we're gonna give this thing a stab, and I'm gonna show you how to use glue tread. So this is a glue tread kit. I already showed you guys these CO2 cylinders. That's for filling your tire up on the trail. You have various size tire patches they use here. Got the applicator tips. Over here, they usually give you sandpaper, because like I said, you want smooth sidewall. You also need to rough it up so that you're able to have the glue tread stick to it. This is used to clean off the tire, usually. With this kit, I got the accelerator. This instantly bonds the glue. Usually you have to wait 30 seconds. You got bigger tire kits here, and pretty cheapy razor blade, but whatever works when you're on the trail is a good deal. You also include a little Sharpie here. This is for covering your CO2 containers. This Sharpie, you're supposed to draw around that so you know how to put the grid of dots for the glue later on. This is the tire valve applicator. It works. I've tried one already. It's not the greatest, but it'll get you out of the trail if you need to. And some more over here. And then under all this stuff, you have the glue. So with this glue, they're sealed. You can't get anything out until you cut the end off. Then you have the applicator tips. You use this to put it into whatever the cut is so you can hold the cut together. And then you use this to do your little grid dots on the tire so you can put your patch on. Just be aware, if you use this accelerator when you're putting the patch on the tire, it will dry instantly and it's going to be very hard to line up. If you mismatch the patch, then you're kind of screwed at that point. I like to, as I'm going, I'll actually finish out the bottle of glue and I'll actually seal the whole way around the tire tread, glue tread patch kit. And that just keeps the edge sealed to the tire so that it can't fall off. Because the last thing you want to do is go over and a rock catches this, pulls it off, and you're stuck on a trail because you got flat again. So, alright, well, let's get this tire, get a hole in this tire, and use the system. Okay, YouTube Mafia, I was going to put this glue tread system into this video. I'm going to leave the kit overview into it, but I think this deserves its own video. And there's some stuff that I want to go over and cover with this. The method that I was using was not exactly the best method, and I just want to correct it and give you guys better content so it can help you out better in the end. So keep an eye out for this whole system to come out, the whole video on this system to come out, and hopefully it'll help you guys out better than what I did in this video. I kind of messed it up a little bit. You'll see later on in the video a couple clips talking about it. Don't worry, there will be another video coming in, hopefully not nearly as long. It's going to be a short little blurb, should only be about 10 minutes. Alright, thanks guys. Alright, so we don't have to listen to air compressor. I got my little portable tank that I usually take with me on the trails. So it's gonna be pretty simple. I mean, if you got it up a tire before, you know. This one's kind of a pain in the ass because of the bead lock, but we'll get her going. It's a little hard to do with one hand too. Alright, so got some air in it, flipped it over. You can definitely hear that leak right there. And then water should get through. So this is just glass cleaner. It works very well. It bubbles up pretty good. You can see right here. There is a leak. That is what a leak looks like when you spray it with soapy water. Glass cleaner works pretty good for this. So we'll spray down our patch we put over there. Watching for big bubbles. Nothing. Okay, let's see if we can find our other patch. We put in here, right here. So it's the tire plug we put in right here. So, what you want to do? No leak. So good tread patch, glue tread patch, and good tire plug. that's pretty awesome. So if you have those issues on the trail, that'll allow you to keep going and get from there. Alright, so I got everything put back. I'm getting ready to go load these tires up, and then I thought about this. So I have right here, I have slime, okay? This slime right here is what I use. I actually put this in all of my tires that I have. Sometimes you get a little puncture, a little bit of puncture on the trail, and this will seal it up instead of having to stop and do a glue tread patch kit or tire plug, and it'll help. This stuff's pretty cheap. I think this is about 25 bucks for this whole thing, and it'll do all 4 of your wheels. So it has a little chart back here. It tells you right about here. It's saying 24 ounces, which is 24 pumps, and that's all you do. Alright guys, we are here at my work. We're going to go through de-rimming these tires step by step and getting the new tire put on. So right here we have the bad tire that has all of our plugs on it. First thing we're going to do, you gotta let the air out of the tire. Now we're going to work on, since the bead-lock, it has bead-lock on one side and regular rim on the other. So we got to work on breaking that bead off before we take the bead-lock off. So that's all done. I'm going to put this up on the table now. And we'll see what. Alright, all bolted out. I'm going to pull off the bead-lock ring. We have a lot of dirt and dust. So all I was doing there was cleaning the mud and stuff off the surface, so I'm not introducing it into the tire. Now, on a normal rim that's not bead-lock, you're going to have to take the top off first and then work on the bottom. Of this one, bead-lock, we only have to take off the bottom. So, I'll pull it up, flip it over. Tire's off. So when you look at a new tire, there's a dot on most tires. This dot right here is meant to put where your valve stem is. That actually has the weight pulled out of the tire right there, so that you don't have to balance the tire. So with this, I got soapy water. You want to hit it, get a lot on there. A lot to see easier whenever you go put air in the tire. Alright, so with this, once with motion, you're just going to push it on the tire. That's it. It's on. So, now we get back to our bead-lock ring. We want to make sure this is free of dirt. So, get a rag, soap and water, wash it off, whatever you need to do. Try to get as much dirt off of this as possible. This will cause issues with the seal if it's not allowing it to clamp down the right way. So, I got that nice and clean. The rim is really nice and clean here now. And we're going to line up. You have a cutout right here for your valve stem. You gotta line that up. And also, remember that hole, the little dot right here I was showing you? I'll make sure that's lined up. So, line up your bead-lock ring, put it on there. Start threading the bolts in by hand. Alright, so I got all these bolts hand tight, and I'm just going around and make sure it's tucked up. We'll go around here with the impact real quick. Don't want to go crazy on these bolts. These are not a grade 8 bolt, they will snap when you end up with them. So I'm just going around snugging them up by hand and making sure they're all snugging down, and we don't have any issues cross thread or anything like that. The reason you don't want to use an impact to do this is because you should have a cross thread issue. And it's always nice to not have to go back through and tap and clean out holes or drill them. So we're going to keep going around. I'll grab the impact. We're going to do this at our first cross time. Start here, go here, just keep going across. Keep going. Alright, so we went around, got all of our feed lock bolts tightened up. So at this point, we're going to release the tire. We're going to check the back to see where it's at. With these tires, something I've noticed in the past was I have to take the old tire that I removed right here, flip it around. It's something that's been happening with other tires as well. As I try to air it up, it won't go because these tires, when they're shipping, they're pressed in. So the easiest way I've found to do this is to take the rim, put it on top of here, and then I'm going to route the line through here. I still have the valve core out of this because we're going to have to hit feed seating pressures, and if we run it at that, possibility blowing out sidewall. So all I'm going to do is hook on the air here. I ran through the rim, like that. I will stand in it, just to give it pressure down. As I'm standing in it, I'm going to apply pressure. And you can watch the bead speed the whole way around. So I'm going to put the valve core in it and apply pressure so I don't have to worry about the hose. And now I can come over, move the old tire out of the way, air it up the rest of the way to get the speed to set. There's that pop. So that means you have seed or a bead. Sometimes they're not normally that loud. So that one was. So all I'm going to do now, I'm going to let the air out, and I'm going to refill the tire, and I will put this one about 20 psi to let it run in the front on mine, side by side. Alright guys, so here's the old tire, new tire. We got a new one all mounted up. Old one we're going to take with us and try to see if I can get a bulk mounted patch on the sidewall. See if we can't get that one repaired and keep that as a spare with us.
You're proud? Wow. I'm a pro like that.
Alright guys, well, got the tire on. I hope you learned a couple tire tech tips, trail tech tips on that. Help you out in the bind. I'm ready to take this thing back out in the woods here shortly and hopefully gather some more content for you guys on some local riding we're doing this weekend. Kind of hard to do with hunting season. You can only ride on Sundays around here. So, got the new tire on. It's been a couple days actually. Let's get things holding there. Let it sit another couple days, maybe get her washed up and take her out for a ride. So, alright YouTube Mafia. I'm gonna get off here. Talk to you guys later.